Hey everyone! Welcome to this week's episode of Tech Talk. We're back. I'm of course Michael. With us we also have Chris. And we're expecting someone to be coming on shortly, who you probably know. Her name's Vicky, or Vicquell. But yeah, so today we're kind of talking about some stuff about CES. But before we get into that, Chris, you want to say hi to anyone, or say anything? It's been a while.
There's no acceptance
I mean, you never know. You may have some fans. It's been a while since we've been on.
May have some fans. I think I had one fan at one time.
I know Vicky had that one fan like earlier on in the season. That weird guy.
Oh.
Remember him? Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, well, while we wait for Vicky to come on, we actually did have some topics that we wanted to talk about today.
You can't see their name.
That's Rinkoff. Friend of mine. What? Cut me with the proverbial pants down there? Oh, I'm guessing because we started the stream. But, yeah, so there was this device that we had kind of covered before called the Razer phone. And Razer at CES, or the Consumer Electronics Show, which is one of the places that you typically would go for finding out new concepts and ideas for technology and consumer electronics. Well, they decided to show off a concept where you stick your phone into a laptop.
It's not a laptop. It's a case. That's sheet. It's not a laptop.
Well, I mean, they're kind of trying to push it off like a laptop-ish.
Like a laptop. Because it's not a laptop. That's
It's one of their crazy hybrid ideas. I think that sums it.
Hands out.
This is true. I think I've seen ones go a very similar idea where you plug in the phone into the laptop and it powers the laptop.
Yeah, but this is like you take the phone and you slot it in and it becomes your trackpad. Like, that's genius. That's brilliant. And then of course the Razer already has like these beefed up. The phone itself already has these beefed up specs, so it actually could function decently as like a little tablet. Like, it really could do that.
Yeah, I mean, considering it is running Android, you have full access to all the Android apps and whatnot. It kind of does make sense, because the case pretty much only really has the 1080p display, which Razer's known to be having good ones. It has a 53.6 watt per hour battery, and a hard drive, which I don't remember. Did they ever state like the storage space on the hard drive?
It's just a concept. It's not going to say. It's just a concept.
Which is sad. It's sad. Like, they have some really cool concepts, like that modular tower case that they had like 3 or 4 years ago, which I wish they brought into existence. But no.
Well, this one was getting a lot of hype, so because I think this one is getting so much hype, they may actually do this one. But I don't know if the market is there for it. Like, I mean, how many people are buying Razer phones? I mean, it was one of the better phones in last year, but you would definitely need like a Razer phone in order to make use of it, and then buy this like pretty much glorified case.
Yeah, that is true. And it also seems like they partnered with another company, I think it was called Shadow, that runs games on their services, almost similar to what NVIDIA does with NVIDIA Go, or is it NVIDIA Now, or something like that. Pretty much where they stream games over their servers so that you don't actually have to have them stored on your tablet or your PC or your Mac or anything like that. So in that aspect, yeah, this phone could essentially power some really high-end games, just because it kind of has the specs to do some of those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, they have like a 120 hertz screen, and I think the screen for the laptop case is supposed to match the phone screen itself, just a larger version of it. So should be nice.
Should be nice. Now, no, it's not. Speaking of tablets, though, oh, actually, we do have some comments going on inside the chat.
Something that will help you wrong, and then my concern is virus protection between phone and laptop. It's a phone, it's not a laptop. It's only a phone. It's not a laptop. So
it's just Android.
Virus protection. Yeah, it's just a phone. You put this phone into this case, and then the case becomes like it takes the screen turns off, and then it just shows up on the screen of the case, which is the case is shaped like a laptop. But it's not a laptop. Like it's not a laptop. Like nothing inside of it except just the connectors and I think a hard drive or something and a battery. That's it.
Hard drive, screen, keyboard. I think it has USB. Does it have USB?
They didn't say any ports on it. I mean, I would assume it has ports, but they didn't say if it had ports on it.
Yeah. So
because I would assume it has one because you're supposed to connect, like if you want to connect the mouse to it.
Yeah.
No exhaust fans. My goodness.
Yeah, it doesn't have any. Actually, you know what? There was something I did have loaded up. Let's see, where is that?
But it's just a concept right now. I mean, I don't know how many people actually. I just think it's gonna be pretty niche, but it is. I think it's cool.
There we go. There's a video for it actually.
At Razer, we make the best smartphones for gamers and craft award-winning gaming laptops. All designed to deliver a phenomenal mobile experience. Whether it's putting immersive entertainment in the palm of your hand or getting amazing productivity with the Razer Blade laptop's larger screen and built-in keyboard. Imagine a future where the power of the Razer phone merges seamlessly with the versatility of an ultra-portable laptop. Introducing the Razer Project Linda concept. Dock your Razer phone and instantly enjoy a full-size backlit keyboard powered by Razer Chroma.
So it's got Chroma keyboards.
See more and do more with a larger screen. Connect a mouse for precise control, and the docked phone transforms from trackpad to a second touchscreen for additional tools, effects, and options. And with the full keyboard and mouse setup, play Android games like never before, with quick access to chat, mini-maps, and more. All this while quickly charging the Razer phone with the...
What are you saying, Chris?
I was saying why they have this guy who looks like I can't remember the show's name, but the character name was Elliot. The hacker show.
Mr. Robot.
Yes, Mr. Robot. He looks like the legit. They look like let's get this robot patrolman here now. They couldn't believe it, so they just got this random data just I just realized that just now.
But they did say like connecting your mouse, so they have to have a USB port on this somewhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's ports. I don't know which ports.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it looks. It's not a laptop. It's just literally like a case. It's literally a case. It's a case for the laptop.
Now, there is another device that's also kind of interesting in the way how they decided to make it, and that was the I'm trying to remember the exact wording for it. the Lenovo Mix 630, which is...
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Oh my goodness. I think this Razer thing. I'm gonna get it, but I'm like, because he's doing things that he's doing a few things, like subtle things that I don't think anyone else is doing. First, like it's posting like a 20-hour battery life. That's the first thing. What it may be able to pull off because it's not running on a normal process top anyway. It's running Snap again 335, I think.
835, yeah.
Yeah, it's running a Snap. So that's not normal. Like normally people don't put phone processors or mobile processors, but they did it for that. It also has a LED card. Oh my lord! Yes, it's an LTE card, so you can be online all the time. Amazing! Like it's gonna be so awesome. I'm so excited for that. I'm not gonna get it because I don't like it products, but I like the few little things that they added into it because hopefully that means other companies will catch on and they'll start doing it into other devices. So we'll get like, if Razer does one of their laptops, I'll be stoked. I'll be happy because Razer is like my go-to for laptops.
Well, I'm not sure if Razer's gonna do it, but
Adding an LTE card into their laptop, awesome.
I mean, you never know. Like, for example, the laptop I have right now, technically it can allow for it, but for whatever reason they actually have it blocked off, so I'm not able to. I feel kind of cheated, but yeah, it is possible, and there are makers that are doing it, I should say.
Yeah, it's not that it's possible. I just hope that this is going to stick about more people to do it and for consumers. Because a laptop that's always online. It's like the biggest thing. It's like you take your laptop somewhere and nowadays, like even if you travel with your laptop, you either tether your phone to it to get online or there's Wi-Fi. Like that's pretty much your only choices. But if you're constantly online, then you know, hey, that's great. It's bad because of what they're doing that challenge for. So.
Yeah. Now, we do have a video of that as well. Let me see if I can throw it up, just so everyone can get a little bit better idea of what it is.
The video doesn't look picture really.
Okay. Let's see where we can. Yeah. That's good enough right there. So yeah, it's got a kickstand, it's got a keyboard, it's got a mouse. Well, not a mouse, a stylus that you can use for it. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it's running Windows 10 S, which pretty much means that you're gonna have to only use apps from the Windows Store, unless you upgrade to Windows Pro.
It's a laptop. It's not like a mobile thing.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they do allow you to upgrade to Windows Pro so you can actually start downloading stuff, but it's still kind of extra money. Oh! Someone decided to join us. Hello.
Say someone like, oh, it's a secret. Oh, you know what? It's a guest appearance. Everyone knows. Guys.
I finally arrived.
Nice, nice. Welcome to the show. Yeah, we were talking about the Lenovo Mix.
The Lenovo Mix 630.
Yeah.
How awesome it is. Well, Michael is trashing.
Hey, I'm not trashing on it so much as...
It's like it's straight garbage.
What? I did not say that. Chris is trying to rag on me for whatever reason.
He just had a problem with the apps because it comes with Windows 10s, even though you can't get it upgraded to Windows 10 Pro. So he was a bit bugged. But I mean, if someone wants the apps, they'll just get the 10 Pro.
Pretty much.
So that makes it a no issue.
So, since we're still continuing along with the whole mobility thing, apparently Google has also, around the same time CES was happening, killed off something that I think they probably never should have split off in the first place. There's Android Pay and there's Google Wallet. They killed both of them off, and now they're merging them into Google Pay.
Smart.
I think it should have happened from the beginning.
Yep. I think that was like one of their smartest moves. Like, I don't know why, but like, they have like abundance of apps that do the same thing. I don't know how they felt it was doing.
It's segmented as a company. A bunch of different developers doing a bunch of different things. They have like different pockets of teams all over the place. It's because of the culture that's why stuff like that happens a lot.
So now the developers who could pay came together and we're making one.
I don't know what's happening. My computer was being very sluggish, and yeah.
Need to upgrade to that Lenovo mix.
Funny. So, yeah, pretty much. I think Google shouldn't have even bothered with creating so many different apps, and I think that's pretty much what.
There you go again. Always. It's always been multiple. It's never only been one. Like probably the first one ever, and then that was it. They never stuck with that. I mean, another one, you just can't make it. But this is the first time like they finally streamlined it. Like it's been a while. It took a long time for them to streamline any of their messaging services, especially set up.
With the merger of Google Android Pay and Google Wallet, this is the start for something that may happen this year or next year, where they start to actually merge their apps together.
Maybe. I'm hoping that this is a trend that they're gonna start taking to go forward with. I'm really hoping.
I am hoping so as well, because they need to do it. Although they're kind of known for making a bunch of different things. I mean, there's YouTube app, there's YouTube gaming, there's YouTube music,
and the YouTube Kids.
Yeah, okay, but all of those are different things. Like they're not the same thing. YouTube gaming is not the same as YouTube. YouTube music is not the same as YouTube. YouTube Kids is also not the same as YouTube.
I can have one big YouTube app and different sections within the app. And speaking about YouTube, I feel as though my subscribers should be in alphabetical order.
I think that they should give you an option on how to sort it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I think. I think they should give you sorting options. But no, all of those have completely different content, so it actually makes sense because like with YouTube music, they're trying to turn it into Spotify type killer. Yeah, they just want music to be on there and music videos to be there. Like that's it. That's all they want for it. Gaming, they want it to be a place where gamers can stream live and stuff like this. Pretty much. That's kind of what they want the gaming for. And kids, they want that to be solely towards kid content. So parents will let their kids go on that and they'll do whatever. And what happens?
What? Oh. Oh,
yeah.
okay. That was supposed to not happen. Sorry about that. It's gonna come back in a few moments.
Yeah.
I was.
At least Yeah, they want like for YouTube Kids, they want that to be like purely just kid content. So parents give their kids that app and lock them onto that app. So they can't, because when you turn your phone into kid friendly mode, you can't access it, but you can access YouTube Kids. So that's why they have to, like, that actually makes sense. That segmentation for once actually makes sense. I'm fine with the segmenting. I just don't know if they're gonna succeed, because they just like you're not gonna knock down Spotify. Like Spotify is just a giant right now. Spotify and Apple Music, like for them, just channels. So you're not gonna get past that. And then you're not gonna knock down Twitch either. Like Twitch is like well, maybe with the new, I mean, with the drama, maybe it might not be able to keep the kind of users that they might want. Listen.
So, explain this one to me. Google Play Music and YouTube Music.
Yeah.
Google Play Music has failed. Google Play Music also has not been able to acquire any of the licensing that they would want. Play Music also does not have music videos. So there's a lot of reasons why Google Music is just like, I don't know anyone who uses music. I don't know anyone who uses music. It's just such a terrible app, and nothing wrong. Like nothing wrong. Like this, Amazon Music is way better. Prime Music is way better. So it's like, no, it's just I wouldn't even get something. It's just there. It's just something that's there. I don't know what else to say about it.
Wow. Okay.
So it's just there to pick up space.
No, just there to say that it exists.
So with
Okay.
music, are you able to play YouTube videos
That's what they're
in the
envisioning.
background?
I don't know. Is YouTube Music even officially out yet? Because I know they had YouTube Red, and then they were talking about not using YouTube Red, making them.
I think YouTube Music is out. Let me see. I think I may actually have it on my phone.
I don't think it is. I remember they were talking about it coming out.
Yes, it is. I haven't looked
Yep.
yet. It is actually it actually has like a 4.7 star rating and number 5 for music.
So, got it here and sign in. Music streaming isn't available in your country, but you could always listen to your downloads. I'm struggling as usual. Actually, yeah, let me actually see. So, turning on VPN. Oh, wait, no, not kind of. No, I'm not yet. VPN is on. Let's go back to YouTube. Music. And Vivo everywhere.
Oh yeah, they got a partnership. Yeah, they just want to get all this, which is something that none of the other music, I like Spotify does. I don't know if Apple Music has it. Does Apple Music have music video?
I don't think so. I think they're just strictly.
It's coming out with iOS 11.3. I remember them mentioning it where they're going to have like music videos and like the new Apple Music tab.
Okay. Because I know Spotify is like slow.
Spotify is for iOS, and I'm on the US store, so I don't do that human store life. Spotify is like number 1 on the music app.
Of course, Spotify is like that's why getting a HomePod is so silly, because you can't connect to Spotify.
So it's the one with Apple Music store. That's a nice face big color.
That's nice. But Spotify is still better than Apple.
That's why I use music.
Because it's better. Like no, for real. Like Spotify will save you money. Like for real, Spotify is cheaper than Apple. Like that's fact. And you have access to all the songs. That's another fact. So,
Actually, I really don't even review on the App Store. Like, I said, they can't
because
just
it's
hack
like
it.
built in, like it's something that's built into the system. So why would it not be reading?
You can delete it. And
So, but it's built. If you buy an iPhone, you have Apple Music already on it. Like that's built-in music player. So why would it have a rating? Like downloads it from the Play Store, from the App Store. Sorry. No one, because it's a rating on twice. No one does.
Searching for them 16 gigabytes.
Really,
No
Vicky?
one downloads the app though, because the app comes pre-installed on your device.
But I think they still count that as an installation though.
Yeah.
It's not an installation because it comes pre-installed. Like there's no installing there. Like you can say that it's on this many devices because you sold this many devices and this many devices are active, but there's no one downloads app music unless it's like on a third-party device and it's not from the App Store. So it's, like no one goes to the App Store to download app music. People go to the Play Store.
Now they use them to take out the same space and they have Spotify.
That's such like okay, five people inside the entire world. 5 people out of the 12 people. This just doesn't happen, so of course they're not gonna have it.
Yeah. If they don't want to have it, then they should just move the start completely. It's just like fail. They don't have anything.
Built in, alright? Like, that bugs me. Like, with work, they like to just move stuff from the site and stuff. Like, they like to change things specifically for certain brands, and I'm like, you're just ruining the entire template because what normally happens if you have a template. And so, if you change that template for like one brand or one small little thing, it causes like a domino effect that just causes like a bunch of other issues, especially when it comes to like updating and this and that. So I don't blame them for not like just leaving it there because it's there. It's of no consequence. No one's gonna be like, oh my god, like because this doesn't have it, I'm not gonna download it. Why? Because it's pre-installed on your device. That's why.
Well, talking about things that might start to become pre-installed, apparently Google Assistant's starting to go everywhere as well. And yeah, so they're teaming up apparently with LG, Sony, Lenovo, JBL to create, I guess, the Amazon Echo Show alternative called Smart Displays or something along those lines. Where, you know,
as long as they don't go the OEM route, where they allow people to customize their own version of Assistant, then
yeah, I think that it's also pretty smart the way that they're doing it because I think Lenovo's actually looks one of the better ones. I actually have it up on stream, but we know what the ones from Lenovo, JBL, and LG look like. We don't know what Sony's own is going to look like, which is kind of weird. I do know that LG is also coming out with another speaker that's going to be coming. That's going to be with Google Assistant built in, called the LG Think Q. In other words, Thin Q. And actually, let me see. Should have a picture of it. Oh, that's not it. That's it right there. So it looks pretty much just like a regular speaker, 360 degree, but who knows? I think that if I know I was kind of ragging on the Echo Show, I feel more inclined to get the one from Google instead. If I was to get one of these like smart display stuff.
I mean, it just makes more sense for an Android phone because when you have an Android phone, you're pretty much connected to the entire, like, the system works just as well on an Android phone as it does. And people who have, like, already gotten home and things, they found that out, like, by surprise, actually, because they would give home, like, they would talk to home, and phone will actually be the one to respond to them and actually want to carry out the task. Simply because the phone is closer to them than the home device was. But because they're all connected, it just works seamlessly. No transfer over, just doesn't. Like the phone doesn't transfer to the phone does what you tell it. Because Assistant is still connected to all of those devices. So Assistant knows, okay, well, hey, I'm going to do this. It's probably a combination of machine learning and just the interconnectivity of all of them. But that's pretty cool. And that's something that Alexa doesn't have. And it's so sad because like really advertising that and using their marketing, so it's kind of sad wise, because they could be doing a lot better if they actually got their marketing done. They haven't.
Just marketing, just putting it out there.
Apple ain't even on the board in terms of.
Don't start that. Don't start that.
Their marketing for everything else is really nice though. They don't even lie.
Yeah.
Their marketing has, except for certain things, that's more recent. They've been a little lacking.
Okay. Old Apple is amazing. This
yes.
we have now is garbage.
Yes.
Old Apple's marketing is genius.
Now, no, we don't. We also do have something else that's interesting. The Vivo fingerprint. Well, more so Vivo, which is the company that came to CES. What was it? No, they were at Mobile World Congress last year and showing off a sensor, a fingerprint sensor underneath the screen. It was using a Qualcomm sensor at the time. They then came back this year at CES and they're using one from Synaptics, and I think this is the one they're actually going live with over in China. So the phone is actually out over there. It's probably not ever going to reach this side of the world, but at least the concept is out there, and if they kind of built upon Qualcomm's own. So I don't know if Qualcomm is going to be using that technology. I know back then, in 2017, they said that they were going to be releasing phones with this in the early part of 2018, so that's this year. And I don't know, like, it might be a little battle between who gets what. I know Apple's and Samsung are probably going to try and grab up as much as they can from each vendor. Oh, okay. So then, yeah, there's going to be three main sources.
Not the technology. It's coming with a phone that has, I think, Qualcomm.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be the one from that they would have working on from 2017. So, I mean, it's interesting because, you know, the whole, we're going to move away from fingerprint scanners and using Face ID.
No one's fingerprint scanning. That was Apple because they failed themselves. But let's not forget that. Let's not be like, oh, Apple came on all Face ID is the future. No, it's not. This is your plan B because your plan A didn't. That's what this is.
Yep.
And it is terrible. It is not as good. It is really not as good. So I'm pretty sure that what's gonna happen is because they came up with this iPhone X. They're gonna now get that ever happened. Go back to something.
Well, I mean, they are abandoning the 10, like, summer of this year.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, it's just like a broken with that fingerprint and it's smelling. And I just was like, And you know what that eventually means? Or the persons that received the persons that spent last year, depending on how long they hold that phone for, they're gonna just like drop support completely. It's gonna be like iPhone 3 to when they get transferred over to like 4.
It's gonna be iPhone 9. Please be the iPhone 9.
Or it could just be iPhone.
No, I want to be iPhone 9.
So going back to the iPhone 9, iPhone 9s.
Yep, and then get it back. 10, actual 10. Remember, 10. They'll just get the actor. All of a sudden, they start referring to it as iPhone X. After all that time, trying to get people to say 10 in there. X.
We don't talk about that phone anymore.
Because Samsung is not going to have this their S9.
No. Yeah. I was really hoping they would. It's really disappointing that they won't. Especially since they're working for like the past year or two with it, like to try and get this technology.
Might have it though. But definitely not there.
Never been making notes and even more from the pictures.
Yeah, I mean the Note is already a better phone than they have. It's just that it's bigger. It's stylus. People like hate or love it with the stylus. Love it for the nip.
And if you hit it, then you just leave it stuck inside the phone. That's all.
No, you just don't get an S8.
Or get the S8 Plus
Yeah.
if you want that bigger phone. But Samsung, they did come up with something interesting. The Wall TV. A 4K 146-inch, in other words, that's a 12.17 foot long TV that goes on your wall. That is more than double the size, like my height. You know what, Chris? You know what? That hurt. That hurt just a little bit.
Oh wow, like, stop me because I'm so short.
Okay, I'm okay with my kids.
Aw, Vicky. She just accepted it.
You're not short, you're fun sized. No? Okay, fine, then you're short since you don't want I tried.
But there's... I love... Sorry. Well, I like the idea that they have behind it with the micro-LED.
Yeah, I like that
For-
as well.
For those who don't know what...
I
No?
don't like that because I'll make it expensive. Micro LED. It is not cheap, and this thing is. So that means that this thing is expensive, ridiculously expensive. Like, nah, let's not skip by that. Like, I'm cool that they're bringing out micro LED. This micro LED is probably going to be the next phase after AMOLED, but it's still expensive. AMOLED is cheap. Micro LED is like it is not. So
Yeah.
while I do it, that's the feature that I can't wait to see more devices with it. I'm not feeling the price because the price is just outrageous. So,
Well,
You have
I mean-
guys, and it's like $1,000. So, and people pay a lot. People pay money for that. So, like, I don't see them having issues paying money for like other devices when they come out with micro LED.
No. Oh, hold on, Vicky. There is a limit to certain things. Because, I mean...
this thing is there's no
This-
like you don't have any consumer TV that's this big. None. There's not
No.
a single consumer TV that's this big. So
And this thing is modular.
It's not consumer, it's commercial. Modular is what I'm excited about. I want to know how they do that. I want to know if it's like you tell them, hey, I want it to be this size, and then they make it that size, or they just ship you all these small little TVs and you build it yourself. Like,
I think that's what it is. I honestly think that's what it is. It's just several different panels that you stick together.
If that's the case, I'll be kind of. I don't know. I'll have to see how it is. I don't know.
But that would cut down on your cost, though.
I don't. Yeah, if they ship it where it's custom built, then it will cut down on the cost. If they ship it where it's not customizable, then I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it will either. I'll have to see. I don't
think the price once you do it correct.
Fair enough.
I'm not buying this. I'm sorry.
No.
I could not buy it because, like, I usually just clean it up after I use it, but it hurt my eyes. Like, I'm trying to. I mean, I straight into the website. Oh. So I would get it.
Vicky, you did mention that you're glad with them going 4K. But at CES, there were TVs that were showing off 8K.
8K is the future. Just get it. 8K is the future.
You won't even be able to tell the difference.
Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's the future. Okay?
So you pay money for 8K TV, but you can't even tell the difference, and you probably could pay less for 4K TV.
Okay.
Okay.
The point is, eventually 8K is going to get this down. Eventually 8K is going to come price. Because why? They can't. And we're going to push technology forward. And it's going to get people. So,
hold on.
So when are we going to stop?
Never.
We're never going to stop.
Are you crazy?
They're never going to stop.
When I have 8K on my phone,
Film, like people who record like professionally, like movie studios and stuff like that, have been using 6K for a while now, and then just cutting it down to 4K. Now they're using 8K to record, and by the time 8K consumer tech actually comes out and is more popular and standardized like 4K is, they're probably going to be going on to 12K. But I mean, 8K right here and now, the TVs that's supposed to be coming out, they're like talking about $73,000 just for the one TV. That's going to be a hard note for me, at least for this year right now.
No, for me completely.
Like, for this year. Like, no, Apple. Like, Apple. Like, I'll never buy that. But
I don't know. They okay, granted, there are also some ones that are doing some interesting things, like LG's one, which they showed off at CES. It's a 88-inch OLED 8K display, and people are saying that just looking at it, it almost gives a 3D type surreal effect to it, just because of how crisp and clear everything is. And the one that Samsung has apparently also does intelligent upscaling so that can go up to 4K. So if you have like 1080p or even like 720 or 480, it upscales that up to 4K. I don't know how good that looks, but sorry, no, not up to 4K, up to 8K. But yeah. I'm a little hesitant with that, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the difference.
Because let's say you're going from 420 to 8K.
If okay, you have a 4K TV, right? Just saying, a 4K TV at $1,000, and now you have an 8K TV also at maybe $1,200. Like, okay, who cares? If you have an 8K TV, who cares? No one cares. Like, no one cares. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not gonna cost the end of the world. It's not gonna cost you anything. Like, if you don't want an 8K TV, you're gonna buy an 8K TV. That's it. But when everyone else now has 8K TVs, and that's like the problem, you can find yourself getting an 8K TV because that's what's out there now. So it doesn't matter. Like, okay.
Well, how long does it take until we get 8K to be normalized? That's the real question, because 4K is not even, like, there's supposedly mainstream, but there are still very few places that actually use it. 8K, there's like only Japan that's broadcasting, and Korea is just like looking into it right now.
4K TV for like $400, $600. It's not hard. Like,
No, but what's the content?
It's very, very, very. Here's the content. We're talking about the devices. Like the devices. No, we are talking about the devices. It's a 4K TV. We're not talking about how much you can stream the 4K TV. Like you can get a 4K TV for ridiculously cheap, $400 to $600. Like that's cheap. Like you can get right now a 55-inch 4K TV for $600.
Okay. Again, though, at this given moment, what's the point? Like, if you don't watch Netflix or something like that, then
8K becomes gonna be viable to a consumer. Why does it matter? Like, if someone wants to get an 8K TV, they'll go in and buy an 8K TV. Like, if it costs $1,000, if it costs $800, if someone buys it, big whoop. How does that hurt them? It doesn't at all. If they have the money for it, they want to get it. Then hey, they get it. I mean, what's the big deal? Why should we hate on 8K? Makes no sense.
okay, so you're saying essentially if you have the money to spend for it, then just spend on it. So what about that? There was also another device, and this wasn't on the list, but there was another device that was at CES, I believe, that is pretty much a desk that projects a 4K projection onto a wall that's going for about $30-something thousand. So you're saying if you got the money,
if someone wants a $30,000 projector that projects in 4K, then they can buy that 4K. So what?
I would actually get that one.
See? I mean, like,
They did that on your computer and just like project on the wall.
exactly. So, I mean, if someone wants to buy it, let them buy it. I mean, I don't see the big deal in saying, oh man, we don't need this device. No, it'll either make it or it'll fail. Like that's it. Either people will not buy it because they find it worthless, or they'll find some market and buy it. So
Yeah, it's actually that like the hype so the ones that hype without the making money.
I guess.
Like it because I feel it's I'm quite fine with 4K. I don't need 8K because my eyesight is a bit different. So that's just me. That's
But in
just
the future, like in 2 years down the line, when 8K becomes more normalized, you'll find that more people will get it because then at that point you will say, for instance, you're like, well, it's there and it's affordable, it's in my price range.
it's going to be like a
I might as
standard
well.
TV.
Exactly, I might as well. Like,
They're going to be considering like HD TVs to be like them big boxes that we used to have back in the day. That's what HD TV are going to be compared to.
just like with the LG, how they have that like little box and then like it rolls up and then you have to screen it out. Like that was and like that's like if people like pushing out those kind of stuff and they're definitely coming out in 8K, then guess what? Everyone's gonna get it. Exactly. Like so that's what's gonna happen.
Every time like we just like hide your TV and like roll it up to like a certain length and you want it.
Oh, you mean like the LG rollable TV that they showed off? Yeah.
That was so amazing, man. That's a genius.
So like that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have like those type of TVs coming out, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh man, like this is like changing the game." And so they're gonna like people are gonna want those, and then those things are probably gonna be like in 8K. And so people are gonna put 8K TVs simply because they changed the style of it, and it just functions like the other functionality is better. And we just have this level of quality now, so it's just goes on with it. So.
Well, I actually like that one quite a lot. Like, mainly because you can make it a full-size TV, then you can shrink it down, make it a little bit smaller, and actually go like widescreen with it, or go down even more. And I think there's a anyway, I had a video up for it, but regardless of that, pretty much you can then make it just really small, and it will tell you like your news or the weather or something like that. I think, I mean, granted, it's just a prototype still, considering that they've been showing off rollable TVs for like 2015, 2016, and now they have this other prototype. So, I mean, I'm just wondering when this will actually come out to the public. And how much it will cost.
I mean, right now, Samsung is the best bet because they said they're selling those Nightfall TV, right? And so that for sure is coming out.
Oh, right. LG did say that the rollable TV, even though it was a demo, it's closer to being launched sooner than their 8K TV. But LG, that 8K TV could come out like in the next 2 years, probably, and that gives them a lot of breathing room to say, "Oh yeah, it's still coming out before it."
Exactly.
So,
it's like, oh, guess what, guys? Remember that rollable TV machine? There it is. Still don't got 8K TV. Got the rollable TV. That's 8K. No.
I mean, they make great TVs though. I'm not lying. I love their TVs.
Samsung does that is making their own ecosystem.
Yeah, they are. Vicky, I think you were. Yeah. What were you saying? Because you seem to have a little bit of a mini hard on for that.
Yeah, because like I want to see more companies make their own ecosystem. Because like right now, Apple has ecosystem in the back, so I want to see how they're gonna push their limits when more companies start.
Yeah, Google.
Apple and Google. Divide. So I want to see like where Apple and Google are gonna go after more companies start to like push their own ecosystem. So like right now, a lot minus the iPhone developers. But I think like a lot of Apple fans are really into like ecosystem. Like me, I love ecosystems. I'm always going to be there to be for ecosystem. But when other companies actually start to have their own ecosystem, where's Apple going to go? Like, how far are they going to push it?
I think Apple's going to get lost in the dust, to be honest. Simply because they're going to have to stretch too wide, and I don't think they'll be able to cover it because of the size of their company. They're still a small company. They're not huge. They make a lot of money, and they have they're very popular. But size-wise, they are small compared to like Google, Samsung, and Amazon. Amazon is huge. Google, first of all, isn't even the parent company now. Apple, Alphabet is the parent company now. Alphabet is bigger than Google. So it is ridiculous of Google's like reach. And then Samsung is massive. Samsung is hands down the top manufacturer in the world right now, like in terms of tech and consumer electronics.
They just have money to just like fly out. It's like, oh, we want this. Here you go. So this like $3 million.
Exactly. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Samsung jumps into the ecosystem field. I think that Google and Amazon both have a strong future in terms of their ecosystem, because Google is just having this seamless, like Google Home is like a ninja, like it really is like a ninja, in terms of how many devices connecting.
Like I noticed that when they had their Google event, like they showed the picture book, and they have like Google Home, Google Maps, I think it is. Google Home Mini, so it's like you could see them building up their own ecosystem like right down in there. And
it gets crazy though, because you only need one of those devices. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like you only need one of those devices, and then you can start getting things like smart lights, smart TVs, smart locks, like all these different like smart household stuff, and it all connects. And those things right now do not connect. It's not as many devices that connect to like the Apple HomePod as it will to Alexa and Google Home. Like Google Home and Alexa right now connect to so many things right now. Like it's a lot. And Apple is so used to making things proprietary and locking stuff down. Like as simple as their HomePod. Their HomePod can't connect to anything else other than Apple Music. That is a problem, because Alexa can collect to numerous amounts of services, and Google Home I think right now connects to the most like anything. Like you could connect it to your vinyl player. Like that is how much you can connect to anything. And then Amazon has the whole appliances down pack. I mean, they're coming out with smart fridges, smart microwaves, and all types of smart stuff. And while it might sound silly now, like why would I want a smart fridge? When you start to see the type of stuff that people can then tell their fridge, like get it from their fridge because it's smart, you can be like, oh wait, that's cool. Because right now it sounds simple. Why would I use smart? But But it would be like, oh hey, they can tell their fridge to set the temperature of this, or say, hey, what's inside of the fridge, and I don't know.
Like, and I noticed that Samsung was actually doing that because at their booth for CES, they had a bunch of smart appliances set up at their booth, and that's when I noticed like really getting into the ecosystem business, and they kind of pushed it. So we had like a bunch of different smart appliances set up, and they're trying to basically say that they're going to allow like all these other appliances to be able to connect to your Samsung devices. And super suave. I don't get any stats. Yeah, so it's his name. Anyway, he's a YouTuber. And I think he was speaking about having like a smart fridge. He's like, oh, you know, we could like go on his phone and be like, oh, you know, see what's in this fridge right now. And I think he's from the UK, and he was like, see, yeah. So
imagine like it get to the point in time you like put your food in the microwave and you say, hey Vicquell, hey Google, hey Alexa, for like a minute on high, and you don't have to press any buttons.
Or about this so fat and lazy.
I'm not fat, but lazy for sure. Like I wouldn't say lazy. This free up time for us to do more stuff. Like instead of like getting one like to say, hey, like it's just gonna be convenient, like really convenient. So. Like
Apple has the one app, but I really don't think that it's as successful as the other companies out there that allow appliances to link up to the phone. Like,
well,
interesting to see who they connect with.
Samsung SmartThings is one of the biggest and most interconnected home ecosystems out there right now. Samsung actually bought the company SmartThings just because of how big they were and like all the integrations and stuff like that. And so now they've folded in onto Samsung. But quite literally, SmartThings has sensors, they have light bulbs, they have the Philips Hue connects to them. Pretty much anything that's really a smart.
Hue connects to anything.
But that's the point. Yeah. Pretty much anything that's out there, for the most part, can connect to SmartThings. Even the random like TCP lights that you can find and whatnot are connected somewhere.
Yeah, but I find that the thing is that a lot of these devices can also connect to Alexa and can also connect to Google Home. So that's why I'm kind of weird, like what these things can also connect to Google Home and Alexa. They're just not under the SmartThings brand is all, but they still work the same. They still can connect the same. It's like saying, it's like when the AirPods came out. Like AirPods came out, and like, oh my god, like AirPods came out. But AirPods can connect to Android devices. Like they can't actually get listen to them. You don't have all the functionality. No, you use like
you can use them.
You use like the best parts of it, but you still can use them. Like, yeah, so I think like that's what it is. Like these things can still connect and you still can get like the best. You still can experience them. So I mean,
because there's essentially just Bluetooth headphones at that point.
Yeah. My only concern though with Samsung though is that Bixby is just not on the part yet. Bixby is great at I guess like Bixby is gonna be fine. That's what Bixby's good at. Bixby's good at like if you're giving a task, if you give Bixby a task to do on your phone, it's great. It works beautifully and wonderfully. You could tell Bixby do almost anything in the world. Like that's good. Bixby's terrible at searching and finding information and giving you back that information. That is what Bixby's terrible at.
But it's also pretty bad at getting updated for things because it takes forever. I mean, just look for the implementation of it. It was in Korea for just like how long before it rolled out to other parts of the world? Like almost a year.
I mean, once it rolled out, then it was fine. Right?
Still, like how long is it going to take for like upgrades to actually happen?
Not that long. I don't think it'll take that long.
I hope so.
I think Apple was long for like slightly update TV. I feel like they only updated it because other companies are here and love it now and stay afloat.
Like I said, Apple is just too small and they're trying to do too much. And I think that's what Apple is. because that's why a lot of the devices are getting them. So like honestly, the only thing that's getting them right now is the iPhone.
Yes,
that's it.
I
Like
don't get that.
they don't care about anything else in their line. Like if it's not iPhone, they don't care.
They don't care. It has to be an iOS product. If it's an iPhone, it's an iPad. Like what happened to your
Yeah.
It has to be iOS. Right? Honestly, I wouldn't consider them pouring into the iPhone. I would consider them pouring into iOS. That is it. Just iOS. Not the device itself. Literally, they're like, okay, well, these devices, they all connect to it. But most of the stuff Apple that I see everyone getting excited about is never hardware. It's always iOS software. Every single time. Whereas people like other people like Samsung, Amazon, they're coming up with actual hardware that's making people like, oh my goodness, we can't wait for it. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Apple does this year. Because if they don't get a grip on that and hold on that, then they're in my opinion, I really think they're in a lot of hot water. And I just think that they're too small. I don't think that they will handle it because of their size.
I'm also kind of.
Like no one's talking about Samsung anytime soon.
My worry is that Apple is also known to just buy companies and try to integrate products from them. That's quite literally what they did with Siri.
Hey.
No.
But I mean, Samsung does the same thing, Google does the same thing, Amazon does the same thing, and everyone does that.
To certain degrees. Okay, so for example, they bought Siri and then upgraded it. Well, it was first free on the 3GS. Was it the 3G? I forget which one actually came with Siri. Anyway, essentially it was free for most people, and then as soon as they announced it actually going live with this particular device, they shut it down from being available to all the other ones. Said, hey, you can only do it from here. And then over time, slowly built it up. Samsung, for example, they're also doing similar things, and not all of them do well. Like, look at Samsung Pay. They quite literally bought a company called Loop Pay, which worked with, pretty much you could use a magnetic stripe card, and instead of actually having to swipe, you just use a fob or your case on your phone or something like that, put it up next to the reader, and it would have triggered it, and they wouldn't have had to actually take your credit card. Samsung then bought that company, put it on Samsung devices, made it Samsung devices only, and then instead of it working worldwide like LoopPay was, limited it to different countries that they decided were applicable.
Yeah, they had to do it for certain, I think it was legal reasons. It's always down to legal reasons. Anytime you see stuff on Rock, it's always down to legal reasons. Every single time. Because you need certain, because they're such a big company, they rather err on the side of caution than just go out there and then pay like these millions of people hundreds of thousands of dollars out in legal fees because something happened, or like a country or some other companies sues them. Like they just want to make sure that, especially when you're dealing with different banks and stuff like that. That's why we simply because our banks just can't support it. So
that's right, our banks is crashing.
Yeah. So that's the reason why, like, it just wasn't like they're not gonna jump out as like a smaller company is gonna be like, yeah, okay, yeah, worldwide. It's gonna attack the small companies. Like they're just not gonna be as viable for all those things, and they also err on the side of like we're small, no one's gonna hear about us, and no one's gonna like try to use us when they shouldn't, or like it won't be that bad, really. So they just trying to get as much as possible so they can sell. That's what you're gonna do. And then because that's a big piece. See those smaller companies and they buy them, and then they integrate them into their company. Oh, Amazon has done that. Like, I mean, Amazon is like on the buying spree. Amazon is like, so yeah, who wanna get bought? You.
Wow. But to move on from that topic a bit, and this is actually our last topic, there was also another device that kind of caught our eyes. It was the DJI. No, not the Sony. I mean, Sony Aibo was cute. Sony Aibo was cute as hell. Between him and the Aflac Duck, like those were like some of the cutest things at CES. I like how they like have upgraded him over time. Like that. Oh my god! Like even the face is so much better. But
he learns your face and your sound voice. So close.
What is Mr. Wan saying? I wonder why China has not come so high to Apple and Samsung level. They kind of got everything they need to succeed, or India.
What are you talking about? Like, China cell phones are literally rivaling
yeah.
Apple and Samsung. Like, it really is.
Like in China, one of the
entire section, like corner, like that entire market.
In China, one of the Chinese brands, I think it's Oppo, is actually like beating iPhone sales.
Yep. Worldwide. Worldwide. Like,
so, I mean,
worldwide.
No.
Yeah, China, they have some, like, honestly, I wish I could get some of the Chinese phones that are out. Like, Vivo, I can't get. Like, most of the Xiaomi's, like like, a lot of those phones, they just don't come over. Like, I mean, I could get them, but they don't sell them in those regions.
Yeah, you'd have to get them and make sure they work on properly for the different towers, well, the frequencies and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just get them and pray.
Yeah. But there was that one thing, DJI's Copilot hard drive, which is kind of weird. It is essentially allows you to have a hard drive for your drone. So you don't actually have to plug it back, load the memory card into your computer to actually like check out the video and stuff like that. Is that correct, Vicquell?
Just like how everything's active on the hard drive. It has, I remember looking at 2 hard drives for compatible. So clearly they're going to be the terabytes. Yeah, I have like 2 hard drives for compatible. And you can connect it to, I remember them mentioning iOS devices. You can connect to any iOS device. If you have your iPhone, you can connect to your phone, iPad, connect to your iPad. I can't remember if they allowed it to connect to other devices using micro USB or USB-C. I feel they do so if not, then obviously it's being popular.
Honestly, I think the most popular DJI device that's probably going to come out this year is either the foldable, I think it was DJI at least, the foldable drone, or the selfie stick that they did.
The thing, yeah, I saw that. Cool. And so, like,
Selfie stick.
Essentially, yeah.
Selfie stick.
I need a selfie stick.
Like, everyone's gonna buy the selfie stick. Like, grandma's gonna have the selfie stick. That 18-year-old girl's gonna have the selfie stick. 14-year-old boy's gonna have the selfie. Everyone's gonna have the selfie stick.
They're trying to record videos in their phone, so they're probably gonna purchase that. They're gonna be there, viewing it around. Yeah.
Well, the fact that it actually holds things in place, so you don't have to worry about like jittery or anything like that, and you can run it and it stays stable.
It locks onto you.
Step up the Instagram game.
Yeah, just by the way, Mr. Wan, she mainly focuses on Apple products. That's how it goes.
Yeah. I look at something. I'm stuck as well, but I think something on Apple products.
Well, guys, I know we had some problems earlier on inside the show. That's why we had to stop and come back. But hopefully in post-edit, things will come better. And I'd like to just thank everyone who decided to watch for joining us again for this new season, episode 19. Don't forget, we'll be back next week with Esports Wrap on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Tech Talk on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. And I'd also like to thank my guests, both Vicquell and Chris. So until next time, guys, take care.